Say, Charlie, we love you. You're amazing. You're this, you're that. But I made a list. And here's what the list was. The top 10 influencers in Trump getting elected in 2024. Okay. I have Musk as one. And then from there, I don't have a ranking. The only one that I have as one, I think it's Musk. Musk coming out and doing what he did. Everybody else. I have Tucker, played a very important role with the alliance. I have Dana behind closed doors doing what he did to rally. I have Rogan. What he did the last week was monumental for him to get the independent voters. I have Tulsi. I have Bobby. I have Vivek. I have J.D. Vance in a big way. J.D. played a very important role because I was a doubter myself at first. I'm like, you had many different options. Why him? And then he won everybody over, including myself. I'm just being open about it. I can't believe how talented and capable he is. Laura Trump, I got Barron, and I got Charlie. And Charlie Kirk, to me, I have it in top 10, but I have you in my top 5. But I think, folks, over the next decade, 2, 3, 4, 5 decades to come, I think Charlie's going to be one of the most top 3, sometimes 1 or 2, most formidable voices in politics for decades to come. And by the way, criticize me for it. Say stuff, but stick around. You'll see what this guy's going to be doing. I'm watching his TikTok account when he's going out there sitting with kids and challenging them and bringing other people, and you're having those conversations. And then the debates, the conversations you're having with people that want to challenge you, going to the youth. People don't want to do that. People are waiting for them to come to him. Charlie's going to them. Incredible job you've done the last 12 months. I gave you a compliment last week, and I gave it on the podcast with Laura as well. It's great to have both of you guys on the podcast today.
Thank you, PBD.
Nice to meet you, Charlie.
You too, man.
It's the first time you guys are meeting,
Yes.
right? So I just want you to know, guys, when before camera, we're acting right now. They were fighting. They were cursing each other out. It was the first time I heard Charlie drop the F-bomb to Chris. I'm like, Chris, Charlie, hold back a little bit, bro. Like, don't bring out the gangster in you. But no, I'm actually being sarcastic. But we're going to have a civil conversation and a debate here today. While we're going through it, I have a lot of issues that I want to cover. 5 things you need to know about Susie Wiles, political. I want to know more. You guys can educate me. Who is she? What has she done? I know the Summerall father, all this stuff. All the appointees, all the names that's coming out, right? You know, you got Lee Zeldin, Marco Rubio, Lisa Stefanik, Mike Waltz, all these Holman, Tom Holman, all these names that are coming out. Stephen Miller, I think, was even announced last night, if I'm not mistaken.
On the policy side, not the cabinet side.
So I want on the policy side, and I want to hear all those things as we go through it. Powell, can Trump fire Powell? Powell said, "I'm not stepping out no matter what happens." That's another discussion. And the Fed must talk about that. FEMA, what happened over there with FEMA? The conversations that FEMA's got to report directly to the president, not to some other institution or not other. We'll talk about that as well. Pentagon officials discussing how to respond if Trump issues controversial orders. A host, one of the pundits on CNN responded to it. I want to play that clip for you. Young voters, I want to talk about Barron. I want to talk about the CNN guests clashing in a heated debate over transphobia, which was very weird to me. We'll talk about that. Mark Cuban apparently deleted some of his pro-Kamala Harris tweets. You did a phenomenal show that one night with him, with Dana White, with all those guys. So I want your thoughts on that. Bitcoin, the results, what's happened since Trump got elected. Oil industry. Harris's campaign, some numbers came out about how much they paid Beyonce, how much they paid all these guys. If that's true, again, I want to get your thoughts on that. Rogan saying Harris's campaign wanted topic restrictions for interview. And then a few other things that Elon apparently knew way before it was done. And then China issues warning to Trump. Anyways, these are all the things I got. But listen, I wanted to make sure we take a moment to recognize somebody. I think this is very important because even though Kamala lost, we wanted to take a moment and create some merch on her behalf because I know it matters to her. Rob, if you can, because listen, right now it's what? What is today? Right now it's November. Can you give me the date, Rob? It's the 12th today, right? Thanksgiving's around the corner. Christmas is around the corner. There was a moment that Kamala was uncomfortable saying Merry Christmas. She wanted to say Happy Holidays. Rob, can you play this clip? Go ahead and play this clip for the audience. Go ahead.
And when we all sing happy tunes and sing Merry Christmas and wish each other Merry Christmas, these children are not going to have a Merry Christmas. How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
Okay, you can pause it right there. So guess what? I want to say Merry Christmas this Christmas. Very simple. And if you are confident enough to say it as well, we had a very deep discussion because not everybody that works here is Christian would say, listen, guys, we want to create merch that's very bold, that says Merry Christmas with maybe some scripture in it. Let's see if we have an audience for it. Pat, I don't know if it's a good idea and all this other stuff. That's what I stand for. You want it, great. You don't want it, I totally get it. But if you're watching this and you want to get a Merry Christmas hat, you go to Starbucks and you got the sun. I just want to see the reaction. You smile. You go to work, you got a Merry Christmas hat. You got to take that hat off, right? Hey, you want another hat here? You want some of the ugly sweaters that we have here, Rob? Can you show some of the stuff that we got here? You want to get some of the stuff for your kids, shirts, future looks bright, Merry Christmas gear is officially here. And if you're bold enough to do it and order it, and again, you place any orders of these, we're going to put some future looks bright ornaments in the order for you, limited edition custom that we have for the first 100 that place the order. If you're bold enough and you're comfortable going out there telling people Merry Christmas, and you're a valuetainer that believes the future looks bright, go place an order, and let's make some people uncomfortable or comfortable this Christmas with saying Merry Christmas. Having said that, let's get right into it. Charlie, and by the way, we can go to VT Merch to place the order. I'm coming to you first. It's the night. Everyone's doing the live. You call in. I say, Chris, where you at? I think it's over. Rasmussen, Mitchell calls in. I think it's over, right? The moment that you knew it was over, there's a clip of you, right? And if you want to play this clip, Rob, on what happened here. I see this clip. I loved it because it's so organic and you don't want to do it, but it's just happening and your team caught it. Rob, can you play this clip of Charlie reacting to the results?
Fox News decides Donald Trump is president of the United States. We've got our republic back, folks.
Let's go.
There it is.
Everybody should remember this moment. Look, I'm gonna echo Charlie from earlier. Remember where you were when this happened. Remember where you were when you realized that the Uniparty and all of these, just the establishment, you said it's time to actually participate. And look what you guys have done.
And if anyone deserves to get tears in his eyes, it's Charlie. I think we all agree.
I think Erica was chopping some onions or something in the break room.
No one has worked harder than Charlie for this.
We gotta hear some words here from you, Charlie. You put all this together, my man. Let's hear it.
I am just humbled by God. It's all God. It's all God. God alone. God alone.
You can pause it, Rob. Charlie, what's going through your mind?
Yeah, well, from January 2021 to that moment, we dedicated our entire life to get Donald Trump back to the White House. I want people to remember the context of that. That was after January 6th. Donald Trump was basically in political exile, and we dug out of what would be the greatest political hole in modern American history. And especially this last year and a half, everything was just coming through me from not just how hard the president worked, but how hard we worked. I mean, we traveled the country nonstop, didn't see my family, did events in every corner. President was facing 700 years in federal prison. They tried to take his business empire away from him. And then, of course, he got shot and nearly shot again at the golf course. And there was this kind of feeling as like, is this possible? Are we going to do this? And, going into election night, we're almost built in with kind of this paranoia that there's no way this is actually going to materialize. And I believe it was a God thing. I believe that it's God shining his grace on this great country, and is just overwhelmed in that moment. It still really hasn't set in, to be honest.
Charlie, to the average person that's watching this, we know some of the stories that have come out from the moment it was announced that he's won. What events have taken place the last few days? I'm talking Qatar, Hamas. What events have taken place just in the first week?
Well, it's incredible. And by the way, I've been at Mar-a-Lago helping with some of the transition stuff too, which I'm sure we'll get into. But I mean, just number one, a caravan has already broke itself up coming to on the U.S. southern border. Qatar has told Hamas you're no longer welcome in the as kind of a vacation spot for terrorist hotbed. The European Union has announced that they are now going to buy LNG, liquefied natural gas, from America, not from Russia any longer. We're also seeing an attempt, at least, of conversation to end the Russian-Ukrainian war. We've seen Bitcoin hit an all-time high at $87,000. The market has a huge